the trademark. I am Dave.
And I am John.
And we are Barstools and Bandtalk.
The complete music list. And so we started a little thing. It actually started with a list from Sven Galley. It was right around the time that they signed with RFL Records. We forged a little relationship with RFL. And so here's the deal. Twice a month, we're going to feature one of their artists on our show. And it's going to be cool because it's starting to open some really neat doors. In September, get ready for it, kids. We're doing the interview the night of my birthday. We're going to be talking to the one, the only, a hero of mine, Mr. Ron Keel. If you guys remember Keel back in the day, he was amazing. The band was amazing. I get to know Dwayne Miller, the drummer, a little bit. We're going to have him and Deirdre on. They have a new project. Ron Keel's still going strong. Ron Keel's got a wicked radio show, and we're going to have him on. So what we're going to do tonight, we've got a great band that, and I don't want to hog all the intro here, but Dave and I really been trying to get as much different types of genres as we can.
Yeah. And
tonight, boy, oh boy, we've got a cool one from RFL Records.
We're going back to a little old school metal for y'all with Mind of Fury. And these folks, I listened to some of the tunes. It's a real throwback. It really truly is. 3-piece band. And it's I don't know, it's kind of in your face, raw, cool, but it's still relevant, it's vibrant today. And we're going to hear from Guy and from Henry from that band. They're in Orlando, Florida right now. And we're going to bring them on to see where this goes, because tonight it's about the metal. Because we're versatile that way.
They are. Don't forget their name.
Mind of Fury.
Mind of Fury.
Mind of Fury from RFL Records.
Yes. Heavy metal.
Right on.
And, let me just say, from one drummer to another, Douglas from RFL's YouTube stuff. Henry, man, you've got a very unique style. You're definitely an athletic drummer, brother, and I love what you do.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Cool.
And a big Sabian fan too, I think, right?
Look at the stacks back there, bud. That's amazing.
Oh yeah, cool.
A big Sabian fan, right? Because I saw a bunch of Sabian stuff there.
Actually, Meinl. I originally was with Zildjian, but now it's Meinl.
Oh, okay.
Not that I'm endorsed by them, but that's my choice, personal choice to go with Meinl cymbals.
Right on.
Yeah.
My personal choice, Henry, is for free, but we won't talk about that right now. So.
Yeah. I think that's everybody's personal choice.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of gear, before we get going, because I was talking to Guy about this before we get started, and I was trying to figure out what kind of guitar that was, and I thought, well, it looks kind of Stratish, but it's not really a Strat. So he showed me right up close, and it's a company called DC. So tell me more about your guitar, Guy.
Well, first of all, this is a DC custom guitar built by Dean Cashone. I'm in the roster of the artists. I'm an artist for that company with Joe Stump and some other guys too. They're great shredders and stuff. And he is specialized in scallop necks, as you can see there.
Yeah, some thin, eh? Oh, scallop neck, yeah, cool.
Yeah,
like old George Lynch days, right? For George Lynch from Doc, he used to have that, the scallop neck.
Yeah, Lee and Billy Sheehan and Steve Vai, all of them use scallop neck. And I met Dean at the NAMM show in California, and I got endorsed by him, and he built me this guitar.
Nice.
This is good, it has the Floyd Rose, scallop neck, gold hardware. Even the frets are gold. And nice. I'm endorsed by another company. This one is the Rock Block Stone Tone Products. From here in Florida as well. He does this block made of stone, so it has more sustain and better tone. Something that was lacking in the original Floyd Rose,
Well, as we were saying before we got started, Key, I was kind of surprised at how thick and heavy your sound was. You had a C2 single little pickups. I was kind of surprised by that, but you explained to me it's on the hands, he said. So
yeah, because if you compare it with a humbucker has two coils, one next to the other one, and what it does is it takes the sound and it has a higher output. So what you get, it's a less clear signal and more distorted. It doesn't mean that it's gonna be fatter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The single coil this one is a single coil, but it's noise canceling one. It has another, you know, it's the same concept, but instead of being one next to each other, it's one underneath the other one. Okay?
Yeah.
So it grabs the sound just in one place where the string plays, and then you can button it up a little bit more before you go into the amp. So you can get the same heaviness, the same kind of sound like you can do with it's the same thing with a humbucker, but you have less gain.
So
you guys got loaders for your gear. You get some dirty pile of gear there.
Oh?
Yeah, people that load your gear in for you?
No.
I wish. No, schlepping my own gear still.
well, you know what? I was gonna say Guy's hooked up, but Lionel, come through for Henry, man. He's working hard. He's lugging his own gear.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good, guys, because we had the opportunity to have Todd Zucker on the show last weekend, and Dave kind of thought that over. So we've got a drummer and a guitar player and whatever the hell it is that you do, Dave. So we'll figure it out. But I'll start with you, Henry. Tell us a little bit about the band. Tell us about what you guys are all about.
Well, Guy and I got together, started jamming back in 2016, and we were, what's that, 15?
Yes.
Okay, well, yeah, that's right, because then the album came out in 2016.
17.
First album, Do or Die. But yeah, I was in another local band called Rising Up Angry at the time, and Guy was in another project that was working down south in the Miami, Fort Lauderdale area. And he was, you know, looking to branch out and get a new project going, new band going. And I was looking to get into another project as well. And he found me on, I think it was Bandmix, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, Bandmix. And we got together and we talked about music, and we like a lot of the same music, a lot of the same bands. And we said, yeah, let's just try to throw something together and see what happens. And one thing led to another, and next thing you know, we're doing Mind of Fury, and Mike was already with Guy jamming in his other band down south. So we already had a bass player, so it was fine. And we tried to get another singer at the time, have a lead singer, but we just couldn't find anybody local that had the chops, to be honest with you. So we just
got some chops there. I heard that.
Oh yeah, it was good. It was good that it happened that way, because it turned out that, you know, Guy ends up doing the vocals, and it sounds great, and it's powerful, and we love it. And I love that it's a 3-piece. I've always wanted to be with a 3-piece where the guitar player did the vocals and was a shredder. So I got my wish.
The law of attraction.
Yeah, exactly.
As a drummer, Henry, it's got to be fun to be, you know, I've played in, you know, 4-piece bands, but as a drummer, it's fun sometimes when you get to fill up some space and not necessarily, you know, play an orthodox style. I mean, I've seen some of your videos. You know, you're definitely, I would put you on that progressive sort of metal side of playing. It's fun in that operation that you guys have.
Right. Thanks. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, it's there's a lot of room for me to do what I can do, bring to the table a lot of chops, and that's the way we work. So it's always a good chemistry. Guy has some great guitar riffs, and it's easy to go off, right? When you have a quality player, it's just like, okay, let's jam. And then he goes, oh yeah, let's jam. And then I play something, he goes, oh dude, what was that roll? Do that again. Yeah, let's put that here. And you know, then we start collaborating like that. Next thing you know, we have a new shredding song, and it's fun. I like it that way. And of course, Mike is a great bass player, and he brings a lot to the table too. He's also a very good songwriter and has wrote a couple of the songs on both albums, and he's done some really good stuff. So it's working great. I think this chemistry with the 3-piece is really, really good.
Yeah. So Guy, how long have you been playing for, brother? You got some amazing chops yourself.
Well, that's 30 31 years. No, 32. 32 since I was 11.
Nice.
So yeah, and going back to what we do with the band, I really like the way the magic that I feel when we play together. You know, something special. You know, it's something that I never. Well, I felt some magic before, but this is unique to me. You know, it's great when you're playing, and we're a 3-piece band, so and we record the same way we play live. You know, so when we're playing live and I'm doing a guitar solo, it's like the band, Henry and Mike, they're doing their part too. So it's like they have a 3-instrument part solo.
Yeah.
You know, you have the drums pounding very hard in the back, filling every hole, and you have the bass player, you know, Mickey doing his stuff, and he's very, very powerful. And me singing with my guitar is like something very unique. And when we play, even when we're playing songs, I don't know, last time we played live, we were playing Fight Another Day, you know, and I'm singing, I'm playing the main riff, and I'm singing the verse, and I'm feeling these 2 guys in my back, you know, like a fucking train in the back. Jigga, 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 you know, it's like something special. Something very, very magical.
So,
you know,
do y'all have the same kind of, sorry, go ahead. Do y'all have the same influences, would you say, or no? I mean, I don't want to try to categorize your stuff. I said it in the intro, you'll see it later on. It's hard to pinpoint what it sounds kind of throwback metal to me, but it's nothing that I've really heard before. It seems new and relevant and kind of cool, but did y'all have the same kind of musical influences growing up?
Between the 3 of us?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, in a way, yes. But I think as a band, we have, I don't know, we're very old school as well. You know, I don't know the other guys, but I'm very inspired by bands like Triumph or Rush, or the kind of band that we are. Not that I'm influenced by their music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Jimi Hendrix Experience, or you know,
so far that's that's 4 3-piece bands you just mentioned. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, you know, like Cream, you know, the 3 guys playing.
5, yeah. Wow.
And it's like the same feeling, you know. Eric Clapton is playing a solo, and you have Ginger Baker and Jack Bruce pounding it in the back, you know, and it's amazing. So I have that feeling, you know. It's like awesome. And I don't know, every time we're playing, I'm looking at these guys and like, dude, it's amazing. You have you know, like a tractor in the back, like jigga, 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 jigga. They have my back all the time, you know. And they sing too, you know. Mickey does backing vocals. Henry is being incorporated in that too. So it's getting better and better, you know.
Awesome. So again, what part of what we try to do with RFL, because we've got a relationship with them, is to obviously highlight and expose their art. And you guys had pointed out that your first record was recorded a couple years ago with them. And we want to expose their artists to the Canadian market, but we did mention we're in 11, 12 countries around the world, so we have an opportunity to push this out. So we'll go to you, Henry, just so we're kind of keeping it in order here, bro. If somebody was to say, describe Mind of Fury for me in a few words that all our viewers are kind of sum it up, what would you tell them?
I'd say tight, aggressive, metal hard rock band that you'll like. I mean, we kind of tap into all of those facets, right? If you want aggressive music, you want the aggression, we have that, we cover that. You want the melodic songs, the songs with the hook and the catch, we have that as well. So I think we bring a lot to the table. We're not just one-dimensional. We're not just a death metal band, or we're not just a prog metal band, or we're not just a hard rock band. We mix all of those elements, and we all have those backgrounds. There's stuff, the heavy stuff I like, and then there's the stuff that Guy likes that is heavy or more melodic. And you know, we pull from the same kind of music, metal and rock music from the 70s, 80s, and 90s and 2000s. But my background is more like thrash metal, and so I bring that heaviness to the band. And then Guy has that neoclassical touch to his playing and his songwriting sensibility, so he brings that, and it's a good mixture. So it's not always just going to be, it's hard to say, oh yeah, we're this and that's it. We kind of just do it all, really. If you listen to our albums all the way through, even the songs, you know, that maybe they're all right or whatever, but they got some good hooks, they got some good arrangements, and it's different. There's a little bit for everybody's taste, I think.
Right on. And so, who are some of the players that you admire or you would have been listening to when you were coming up?
So as far as bands, I grew up in the Bay Area, San Jose, California. So it was Testament, Forbidden, Metallica, Slayer. I was into the Bay Area thrash scene big time, and and my first bands that I played in were all thrash metal bands. So yeah, that's the background I come from. But you know, I love a lot of different styles of music and metal and players and stuff like that. Of course, there's great drummers in all the genres of music, from rock music to classic rock, metal, death metal, progressive metal. I love it all. There's so many out there, but yeah, that's where I came from. My roots are definitely in the thrash scene.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you, my friend. So, vocal-wise, who would you compare yourself to as a vocalist? Were you always a vocalist, or did you kind of fall into it?
Well, when I started as a guitar player, I was always doing backing vocals.
Yeah.
You know, backing vocals all the time, and I was doing, you know, high range backing vocals or mid range or whatever. But you know, I'm inspired by guys like Jolene Turner,
Nice.
Jim Hetfield, even Dave Mustaine, Glenn Hughes. You know, I like all those singers, but I don't think I sound like them. You know, I don't know. I think I found my own voice. You know, trying to achieve the best tone I can get when I'm recording, and then when I'm playing live. You know. So it wasn't that hard for me, you know, play and sing at the same time, because I did that before. You know, I did that before for my whole career. Right. You know, been doing this professionally for 20 years almost.
So
you know?
for anybody that is watching this, and I mean, I'll get either of you guys to weigh in. So Henry, you said that you were originally from, you guys are in Florida now. What's the scene like down there? Not only for your music, but just what's the music scene?
Well, unfortunately, right now it's dead because of the COVID situation. So, but it seems like the one good thing that came out of this, I think, is a lot of the bands getting into the streaming and all this online kind of thing. I think that's brought a lot of bands and kept bands in touch with their fans, and I think that's a good thing, a positive thing that's come out of all of this. But yeah, you know, the scene out in Orlando right now, it's there. There's some metal scenes there. But of course it could always be better. It's just there's not a lot of places to play, and not a lot of places that cater to the metal rock. So there's a couple of good spots that still do it, so we appreciate them very much, and we're just looking forward to getting back to it and playing live again, and trying to get back, you know, because we built a momentum. It's like every band, I'm sure, is going through the same thing. They built up a momentum. They got a CD out, or they're working on a CD release or whatever, and then all of a sudden this hit and put the brakes on for everybody.
Is a common thread I've ever heard from some 120 different people we talked to. Everyone had such a big year. 2020 was going to be a big banner year, and the whole thing just fell the fuck apart. It was a sin, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So normally, where would you play? Like, what's a normal year
one of the local places that support us a lot, and we love to give them support, is the Haven.
Okay.
And the Haven's been really good to us and really supportive. Maria there, the owner, she's been great for us and let us do the live streams there with Willie at Willie's house, and then our own stream we did a couple of weeks ago, last month. So that was good. That helped us out. That kept us out there, and we got a lot of positive feedback from that. And it was fun. It was great to actually play almost in a live setting. I mean, it wasn't quite the same because there was only a few people there, the people that were running the show, but it was still good to just be up on a stage playing through the loud system, the speaker system, the PA, and just hearing the drums pumping and hearing Guy's guitar coming through the amps, and it was nice. That part of it I enjoyed. It was like, cool. This is what every musician is missing right now, right?
Exactly.
All the bands out there, that's what they're missing, man. Just cranking it up with their buddies, getting out on stage and just fucking killing it.
You know, the chemistry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what RFL that I find does very well is their social media, their promotion is amazing. We get to know these guys. You know, I talk to Doug. It's funny. I bet you I talk to him 50 times a day just about different things, and they're always sending me different snippets of. And you guys have been on some of the chats, and it's I kind of, this is the first time we've actually met. You're mentioning that you're recording the new album. So where are you in the process? And obviously all this stuff aside, where do you think it's going to be in terms of being released? How long before it's going to play today?
I'm thinking probably by the end of this year is going to be, I think, completely done. Already recorded with everybody, you know, the drums, bass, guitar, some arrangement on keyboards and vocals and everything all settled down, and probably start mixing process around that time. So I'm thinking probably June next year.
Okay.
You know, it's going to be, or maybe before that, I hope. But we're doing a great job right now, you know. So I'm thinking, I'm shooting maybe May or June next year. That would be great to have the whole album done and released and everything, and probably start looking for doing a new video and shit like that, you know.
Well, to Sean's point, I mean, Doug and John and Sam from RFL, I can't, you know, honestly, I can't believe the amount of faith and belief that these guys have in their bands. Like, it's unbelievable how much they promote you guys. Like, it would embarrass you, I'm sure, if you knew how much they quote you guys all the time. And I think that's powerful to have that kind of teamwork, that kind of partnership with somebody. You know what I mean? But here's my question to you. So when you get this album done, we all know you're not going to get, you know, some big, you know, record deal where you're going to get, you know, a whole shitload of cash. Is the next plan to go tour this album? Is that what you're going to do?
Well,
to play as much as possible, sure, yeah. Hopefully we get to go back to the festivals. We missed out on Rocklahoma this year,
right?
But hopefully they can reschedule and bring us back for that for next year for 2021. That would be good. And then just, you know, try to do a little bit of touring. You know, something we got to start off. You can't just go out and go, oh, we're going to go on the road for 8 months. I mean, who's going to finance that, and who's going to, you know, that's money and out of somebody's pocket up front. So. But yeah, we'll take it, you know, local shows, festivals around here and there in different states, and do that kind of stuff. That's what we're looking for. I think that's more realistic for our level of band.
Okay.
I think it's realistic, but it's more, it makes more sense. You know, you go to a festival, the crowd is there. So even though you're opening the festival, at least a lot of people are going to see you. I'm gonna meet the band, and it's gonna be something that it's gonna, you know, cultivate new fans, stuff like that. If you get on the road, you know, and start playing at the Haven on each state, and nobody knows your band that well, you know, it doesn't make any sense. You know, spend, I don't know, $50,000 on a tour bus, and then another $50,000 on other shit. So go and play and say it's sell T-shirts for crowds of 10 people each night. Doesn't make any sense. Yeah. You know, but if you can start playing, I don't know, next summer every weekend on different festivals, that will be amazing. We can go to Europe and stuff like that.
Right.
And play, I don't know, instead of playing Rocklahoma and probably play Rockville here in Florida and play some other kid in Miami, and maybe, I don't know, go to Georgia. And then LA, maybe play the NAMM show in LA, you know. That's what we want to do. I think that's the best we can do, and would be smart to do. You know, go and play for the crowds so they meet our band and create new fans and stretch more relationships with people. I think that's the better way of doing it than, oh, we're rock stars and we're going on road, but nobody knows what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? It's like every new band in a way, you know. For example, I know Megadeth or Metallica, when they did their first album, went on tour with a famous band at the time, you know. Or even Bon Jovi went on tour with, I don't even know the name of the guy, a solo artist, and they were following the boss on a you know, station wagon. but they were showing their music to, I don't know, arenas, theaters.
Right.
It made sense, you know. But nowadays you can, unless we can get on a tour with Megadeth or something like that. That would be smart too. It's amazing. Good investment.
Well,
But
I mean,
I think we can do. I think if we start playing festivals more often, that would be better for the band.
Sure.
and I mean, everybody knows the model's changed. It's
Yeah.
the way the musicians make money now is not necessarily through album sales. You know, it's through merch, it's through playing, it's through types of things. And, you know, which is unfortunate because, you know, you often feel, I think, I mean, I don't want to speak for you guys. I know I feel this way myself, but sometimes you feel like you're doing something and you're almost giving it away when, you know, you feel like you should be paying for it. But that's just the model that
Yeah, that model doesn't exist anymore. But it's like McDonald's. You know that McDonald's is not in business because of the hamburger. It's in a real estate business.
Yep.
But not everybody knows that. So a band, yeah, the music is the hamburger, or whatever you're gonna call it. But the real business is selling merch and playing live. And maybe in the future, I don't know, there are other artists that they charge for a meet and greet and stuff like that, and doing clinics and performing in front of people, selling T-shirts, masks or caps, memorabilia, signed stuff. That's our business nowadays. It's not like in the past, and probably in the past it was like that too, because a label was a bank.
Yeah.
They gave a loan to the band, and if the band didn't recover, they were in debt with the label.
That's true.
So it's kind of a romantic thing that people, oh, you're signed with a major label, you're rich, your life changed forever. Well, you can ask a lot of artists from 30 years ago that probably were signed for a major label, but they didn't even make it to the second album, and they were
still paying off that debt.
Yeah, for example, Striper, when they were drop off from their label, they owe $1 million. You know
So
that?
bankrupt your band, and that's how you get out of it. Yeah, it's a drag.
well, that's why you could go to Lynn, Massachusetts, and see Michael Sweet working in a campground, and that's a true story.
Yeah.
So
our plan is here, guys, is up in Nova Scotia. Our plan is to kind of help you guys promote what you're doing. You know what I mean? We want to have, you know, this underground metal scene. It's not even really that underground. There's a lot of folks who love that style of music that are now going to know who Mind of Fury is. You know what I mean? So
That's good.
Yeah, it's awesome.
and that's kind of what our plan is, to help, you know, RFL and yourselves and artists just like you. You know, here's a forum, here's a platform. You know what I mean? And we're going to do our best to promote it for you.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's what we love to hear. Yep.
Thank you very much.
It's all about.
just before we go there, and I know I've seen an awful lot of your material, both live and whatnot. Why don't you guys tell our viewers where they can find you guys? Because we're going to be promoting, and I know Douglas is going to be sending this out like crazy once it's done. Why don't you tell our viewers where they can find your material?
Well, first of all,
go ahead, Guy.
Okay, sorry. First of all, they can find it on our website, mindoffury.band.com and rflrecords.com. And of course, in every platform available, that could be Spotify, Google Play, you name it, YouTube Music, Tidal or Tidal, I don't know how you say that. But
Deezer, iTunes, yeah.
Yeah, our music is everywhere. And if you want a hard copy, you can order it from rflrecords.com or our website, mindoffury.band.com. We have merch for sale. We have T-shirts on all sizes, from our first album, Do or Die, and the second one, The Fire. And we have masks as well for this.
Cool.
Yeah, we have the Mind of Fury mask.
Yeah.
And we have the koozies, you know, for your beer. You know, we know that metalheads like to drink beer or I don't know, some kind of drink. So we have those and stickers and stuff like that.
I'm a fan of Ryan Ginger Ale myself. My friend Doug is slowly becoming one, but yes.
Yeah, got to get you a koozie for that drink.
Yes,
yeah.
right.
Keep it cold.
We love free shit, brother. We're all about the free shit. Don't even kid yourself. Yeah, don't even kid yourself.
So yeah,
maybe get you guys one of these. Oh.
Oh, there you go. Right on.
So yeah, you can find our videos as well. We have a Holding On in our Facebook page, and that is from the first album, and on YouTube as well. And Let Me Fly and Make a Change from our second release, the Fire. So we have a lot of material so people can, like, I don't know, get an overdose of Mind of Fury if they wanted to.
Well, and if you don't mind, gentlemen, probably what we'll do is we'll post a video or something on our page for sure. And I know that that Douglas will post some. He started sending me your material probably about a month ago, and I don't profess to be a metal guy per se, but I got what you guys were doing for sure. And the fact that you're a three-piece is a bit of a throwback because, you know, you mentioned some of those trios. I mean,
yeah,
you're a Canadian. Typically, you go, why is there four guys in a band? Every band that comes out of Canada was a three-piece. So
remember Raven? Raven was a three-piece metal band. Remember Anvil, Raven, Anvil.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but
You know our
I
shit up here.
I
Just
totally
saying.
get you guys. I totally appreciate it, and hopefully we can part there to get the word out about what you're doing because I think it's really cool shit.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah,
Thank you.
cool. Thank
Awesome.
you. We appreciate the support.
No problem. And we thank you for being on the show. Seriously, guys, we really appreciate it. So listen, have a great night down there in Orlando. We should go on record saying that those are really true Marshall stacks. They're not fake cardboard shit. It's a real thing now. Henry's drums behind him, real deal. Just a good video. Now, my friend Sean, I'm a pretty big fan of him as the drummer. He's got a wicked double kick. But I'm saying, brother, I watched you on this video today. I was like, holy shit! I know what you mean with that train in your back. I can just imagine.
Yeah.
I understand it. I get it. And we're big fans, guys. Thanks very much for being on the show.
Right on. That's awesome. All right, guys.
Thank
Thanks.
you very much.
All right. Peace out.
You guys kick ass. Thank you.
Right on.